Hi, I'm Dr. Sophie Côté, psychologist, expert in memory reconsolidation in humans and animals. I am also in charge of the neuroscience department and training program at Equine Communication. Let's take a look at completion. It's one of the core interventions in EMR, Equine Memory Rewriting, which is the approach used at Équin Communication. First of all, it's very important to understand that completion is a procedure that must be carried out by EMR certified professionals. This is not only important for the safety of humans, but also for the safety and health of equines. In psychology, as in veterinary medicine, some interventions absolutely must be carried out by qualified professionals to be safe and therapeutic. The same applies to this type of intervention. The concept of completion is becoming well known, but it's not new. Neuroscientists and therapists such as Peter Levine, Joseph Ledoux, and Antonio Damasio have been talking about it for decades in their papers and communications. The basic idea is that in the wild, animals are protected from trauma because when they survive a threat, they can go through with their flight or fight response even if their encounter with a predator or other threat was intense enough to send them into a state of tonic immobility, freeze, or paralysis, or to play dead, the dorsovagal response. The completion of the fight or flight response sends a signal to the nervous system that these responses have achieved their goal of moving away from the threat and towards safety. However, domestication creates countless experiences during which equines are forbidden, unable, or even punished for bringing their natural fight or flight responses to completion. The schemas that are created or learned under these conditions predict, for example, that completion of these responses will be impossible or punished, keeping the animal trapped in a traumatic, vicious circle. The completion session carried out by EMR professionals respects the natural sequence observed in a herd in a natural living context. During the intervention, rigorously consistent human-animal communication is essential to achieve the desired impact in memory. Each completion session must always respect the animal's limbic tolerance threshold. The EMR completion session includes key stimuli that activate the problematic schemas in the equine's memory and then create highly targeted transformation experiences in which, contrary to what the problematic schemas predict, completion is no longer prevented or punished. Completion can be obvious, as in a kick or a flight, or it can be very subtle. Sometimes a few strides at walk are all that's needed. These targeted experiences, which strictly follow the steps of the therapeutic memory reconsolidation process, scientifically proven in humans and animals, unlock the synapses of these problematic schemas and rewrite them directly into their memory. Once the schemas have been transformed, the problem behaviors or states are no longer triggered without any further intervention or treats. It is very important to note that after a completion session, the animal may continue to spontaneously make completion responses, fight or flight, for 24 to 48 hours, because problematic schemas have been activated in its memory. This is another reason why these interventions absolutely must be supervised by professionals qualified in EMR. It is also important to note that completion experiences are not the only intervention for all equine problems, although they can transform many different types of schema. I hope this capsule gives you a better understanding of the basics of equine completion. I invite you to visit our website to learn more. See you soon.